Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news all right. Let's dive into some of the latest buzz that's been swirling around the NFL, and more specifically, how it could shake up the NFC East and, more importantly, the Washington Commanders. There's a lot of chatter about a potential blockbuster trade that could have massive implications for the Commanders' secondary and their chances of making a deep playoff run this season. The name that keeps popping up in these rumors is none other than Patrick Surtain, the Denver Broncos' star cornerback. And trust me, this isn't just idle speculation. It's something that could actually happen, and if it does, it could be a game changer for Washington's defense. Let's set the scene. The Denver Broncos are in a bit of a transitional phase right now. They're rebuilding, trying to find their identity after some tough seasons, and they're in a position where they might be willing to part ways with some key players to accelerate their rebuild. Patrick Surtain, a player drafted out of Alabama, has established himself as one of the premier lockdown cornerbacks in the league. He's a three-time Pro Bowler, with a resume that's impressive even by NFL standards. Over his career, which spans just a few seasons but already includes 62 games, Surtain has accumulated 198 tackles, 12 interceptions, and boasts a PFF grade of 92 in 2025, making him one of the top-rated defensive backs in the league. Surtain's impact on the field is undeniable. He's the kind of corner who can neutralize the league's best wide receivers, especially in today's pass-heavy NFL. His coverage stats are eye-popping, allowing receptions on just 45% of targets, with an EPA expected points added per target of -0.25 and only 2 interceptions in 11 games this season. His ability to lock down WR1s and reduce yards after catch makes him a true game changer. And when you compare him to other elite corners like Gilmore, Surtain stands shoulder to shoulder with the best in the league, if not ahead. It's no wonder that many NFL insiders are talking about the possibility of him being moved, especially since Denver is focusing more on offense and is looking to shed some cap space and assets. Now, that's where it gets interesting for the Commanders. Washington's defense has been solid, but there's a clear need for a shutdown corner to truly elevate that unit into the top-tier conversation. Surtain would be a perfect fit. Imagine him lining up opposite Forbes, creating a lockdown duo that would make it nearly impossible for opposing quarterbacks to target their top receivers. The stats support this potential upgrade. Adding Surtain to the Commanders' secondary could increase pass deflections by around 25%, while reducing the yards allowed per pass attempt by about 18%. That's a significant boost, especially considering the importance of pass defense in today's NFL. And let's not forget about the broader impact. With Payne anchoring the defensive line, adding a player like Surtain would elevate the entire unit into the league's top 5 defenses. We've seen similar moves in the past, like when the Patriots acquired Stephon Gilmore, which immediately boosted their secondary and contributed to their Super Bowl-winning campaigns. Surtain's presence would allow the Commanders to match up effectively against the league's top offenses, especially in high-stakes playoff situations. The timing of this trade could be crucial. The Broncos, with a 7-7 record and a cap space of around $9 million, are in a spot where they might need to make some tough decisions. Surtain, with a salary of roughly $22 million, could be on the move if the Broncos prioritize rebuilding and clearing cap space for future moves. Candidly, some reports suggest that Denver's secondary has been vulnerable, allowing around 240 passing yards per game, and they're looking for ways to shake things up. Moving Surtain could be seen as a culling measure, especially if they see it as a chance to acquire draft picks or promising young players to help their rebuild. So, what would this mean for Washington? Well, a trade for Surtain could essentially forge a defensive backbone that's been missing since the days of elite secondary play. It's about creating a unit that's not just good but legendary, capable of shutting down the best offenses in the league and making life miserable for quarterbacks in critical moments. Think about the impact in the playoffs. Surtain X-factor coverage, locking down top receivers like Jefferson in key moments, and helping the Commanders climb the ranks in the NFC. In terms of the division, this would be a huge statement. The NFC East is already competitive, with teams like the Eagles and Cowboys boasting formidable defenses. Adding Certain to the mix would shift the balance, giving Washington a clear advantage in the secondary. It would also send a message to the rest of the league that the Commanders are serious about contending, not just this season, but for many seasons to come. This kind of move could inspire confidence in the locker room and energize the fan base, feeling like the team is finally making strategic moves to build a true championship contender. Now, of course, no trade is without its risks. The Broncos might demand a hefty price, perhaps multiple draft picks or a promising young player, and Washington will need to evaluate if it's worth it. There's also the question of fit. How quickly can Certain adapt to the Commanders' system, and can he maintain his high level of performance? But given his track record, it's reasonable to believe he could be a key piece in the puzzle, especially with a strong coaching staff that can help him settle in quickly. Looking ahead, this potential move also reminds us of how important offseason decisions are. Just like the Rams in 2019 with Jalen Ramsey, who elevated their defense and helped them reach the Super Bowl, Certain has that kind of capability. A move like this could set the Commanders up for a sustained period of success, creating a defensive identity that's feared across the league. It's about building a legacy, about establishing a culture where the secondary is a nightmare for opposing offenses, and where winning championships becomes a tangible goal. Now let's keep in mind that trades of this magnitude don't happen overnight. There are negotiations, cap considerations, and strategic discussions to be had. But the signs are clear. Washington is looking to strengthen its defense, and acquiring a player like Certain could be the missing piece that turns a good team into a great one. It's the kind of bold move that could define a franchise for years to come, and the fan base is eager to see if it will become a reality. So what do you think, Commanders fans? Would you be excited to see Certain don the burgundy and gold? Do you believe this move could be the catalyst for a deep playoff run and maybe even a Super Bowl? The NFL is unpredictable, but one thing is certain. Big moves are on the horizon, and the Commanders are right in the middle of it. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and we could be witnessing a turning point in the franchise's history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Commanders. Do you think Certain is the piece that takes this defense to the next level? Or do you believe the price might be too high? Whatever you're thinking, I'm eager to read your comments. Remember, this isn't just about one player. It's about the future of this team, the potential for a dynasty, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. We're on the edge of something big, and I couldn't be more excited to share it all with you.